All right, fellas, fire away.
One thing for you all, I heard you mention it the other day. You almost laughed it off. Guys were knocking down shots like crazy in practice, and you were like, "Why the heck can't we do this in a game?" Is that part of your all's healing process at this point? Still trying to keep it loose?
Healing process. I don't know. I'm gonna be what they told my brother one time, a professional player. He said, "Hey, I can't understand why I'm not making the game." He goes, "It just seems like, Coach, every time you're here around, I can't shoot, but when you're not here, I'm shooting it well." Mike looked at him and said, "Well, guess what? I'm the head coach. You guess who's going to be at the games? Me." So you better figure it out. So I don't know. It is what it is. And again, it's watching more tape and stuff. Our biggest problem, we got to play harder. We're not playing hard enough, and that could be the reason we're not making shots. Not enough energy in the bodies to produce. And I don't know why it seems like we have more energy in practice than we do a game. We're more aggressive in practice. I have no clue. So, if anybody wants to, send it via, you can come in my office or call me, or go on social media and do it like everybody else does, whatever.
Hey, Coach, I know you say from one game to the next, it doesn't really matter, but you guys are in the middle of a four-game skid right now. How much are you focused on that, or is it a whole new page right now and it's a whole new stretch coming up?
Well, like I said, I go one game at a time. So after every game, it's a new stretch. It'll last one game. I'm not and I've said this before. I said the maker of champions are short memory, and don't look too far ahead. So you got to just focus. I hate keep not giving y'all anything, but basically it's just one game at a time. And you got to take out one, whoever you play, doesn't matter whether they're the top team or the bottom team. You have to take that as your best effort and then bring it that game. And so that mentality wins championships. Other mentalities don't. So I try to impress upon these guys that that's where they need to stay. And the better we get at it, the better they can shut things off from around, all the chatter and all the stuff outside of our team and our performance. The better they can keep that in the present, the better chance we have of being a champion.
Hey, Dan, has the team taken upon, go ahead, Tom.
I was just going to ask what you've seen out of Florida Atlantic on tape. What do they do well? What kind of challenges might they present?
Well, they have a 7-foot transfer from Texas Tech. I think he set out last year, or maybe, but he's about a year away from Texas Tech, who has potential. He's agile. He plays hard, and he doesn't have big numbers, but it's a pretty good body inside. Then they have 4 little guards outside, similar to really La Tech, that play hard and can do a little bit of everything. They shoot the ball from threes pretty well. They take about 27 a game. They shoot it at about a 35% clip, which is pretty good, especially compared to our 28. But they shoot about 27 of them, make 35%. They can drive. They like to rip. They're pretty good little athletes, not real big, 6 foot, 6'1", 6'2", but well coached. Our conference has really good coaches, and you're not going to just take advantage of them. So our biggest thing is again, I keep repeating it. I don't know where else to tell you or go to give you another byline other than repeat. We got to play hard enough to win games in big moments, and all the time really, but especially big moments. And then you get a little swagger and things that used to go wrong some way. My 50 years of coaching, it goes away, and you become a team that can win every game and championships on down the road.
Along those lines, Dan, we asked Michael about is it part of the team just kind of taking it upon themselves to, you can talk, ad infinitum about shooting and this and that, but eventually it has to come from them, right? Have they kind of shown you that they're willing to say, let's go out and get this done?
Well, I think everything comes from them. No one person is responsible, whether it be a coach, player, fan, we're all in this together, you know, and when that happens is when you get good things. It's not one person or one thing or one coach. It's all the coaches, all the managers, all the trainers, everybody. This is a tough business. And to win, you build a culture of winning. And that culture of winning includes our fan base, how they stay positive with the kids and push them, our coaches, how they push and get kids in a positive way to respond, our kids accepting that push and then responding positively to it, and administration from the athletic department to the president of the university. It takes all of us to be good. And from my high school days when I coached high school and the Beach Ball Classic when I ran it, to being in the NBA and going from a team that had all that in a line to it falling apart, and I know what happens when that falls apart, what happens to the performance of the players. And that falling apart came from a sell of a team to a different owner and a different type of mentality that was brought into it. So it's all, when you're talking a 40-minute game and 5 trips usually makes the difference. If it's, let's say, 2 threes, so that'd be 6. Another 12 points. 12 points pretty much takes in winning, losing most of the time. And if everything's not together, it's not hard to go from winning to losing real fast. You can do that.
Dan, during your time, have you ever experienced a team that's gone through a 4-game slump offensively, like what you've seen so far?
Here or anywhere?
Anywhere.
Oh, yeah, I've seen a lot of them. I gave you the first one. We lost 15 in a row here and then turned it around at the end of the year, about as high as it could go with what we had at that time. But they turned it around and was playing great basketball toward the end of the year. So, yeah, I've seen it. And in pros, it's easy because they get tired sometimes, and they'll have a stretch in there. Even good teams will have a stretch, and then they pull it back out. They get rested. High school, I've had that. Yeah. I'm not. We lost 4 in a row. It's over. Play the next game. And the world's not coming to an end. We still got same players that were 7-2. All right, same players. So they can pull this out, and I think they will. I'm going to coach as hard as I can, and I know they're going to play as hard as they can to get it happen here for us. And if a little bounce the right way here or there, and a little bit of luck, which it takes all the time. I don't want to discount luck. It plays a part, whether you believe it or not. We get that swagger back, and next thing you know, you're on the roller coaster going up instead of down. So we'll see what happens.
Coach, kind of going along those lines with looking ahead and stuff, this is your last week, only having 1 game this week, and after that you're going to have games on Thursdays and Saturdays. Do you prefer having 2 games a week because it kind of keeps you guys in that, momentum, or do you like kind of having a longer break so the guys can get in the gym and practice more?
I really don't care. It is what it is. And that's kind of the way I look at it. I like maybe one more day in between games. If it were Wednesday, Saturday, you had 2 days to prepare for the next team. Sometimes you go in more prepared for the first team, and I don't like to look ahead. So that team might be that you don't need to prepare as much as the next team if you're playing maybe a team that's on top of your division. And they present maybe a little more challenge to some of the things that you do. I would like to have more time to prepare for that team, but when you go Thursday, Saturday, sometimes you lose a little preparation for the back half of that Thursday, Saturday. And then, again, I don't know what the records look like. Could show that we win more Saturdays than we do Thursdays. So then that would tell you I need to shut up more on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I have no clue. We'll go out there and give it our best shot. Like I said, our kids are practicing hard. Got a little bit of health issues right now. Don't know what it's going to look like when we put the team on the floor Saturday. But whatever it is, we have to be at our best.
Coach, Coach, you're going up against an FAU team that, like you mentioned, COVID is back and in the fabric of college basketball. FAU's coming off a game. How hard is it to prepare for a team when I don't think they've played in 3 weeks? They had issues last week, so you don't know who's available for them or, even possibly yourselves moving forward.
Well, they're probably in a little bit better shape in that they probably went through theirs, and now they've had some practice times with their players. They've come back, and they've probably gotten a couple of days at least to practice for us. So ours are going to be out. I don't know that they have people out, obviously, but it'll probably all of them will be back. So, it's difficult. I thought, 4 years ago, and I hate to go all the way back, but we won the CIT just the year before that, won the first game ever here. I thought we were on a roll. We lost, obviously, when you lose CJ and John, we had lost two of the best players that have been here at Marshall for a long time. And took us a while to regroup, but we went into the tournament playing at a level that we played with them. We won our first game by about 20 and then stopped. And since then, we've been in COVID, and it's difficult for me to master it. Again, I don't think this season will be a bellwether of how good your team is regular season. It's going to be how well you come out of all the COVID stuff as you go to the tournament. If you're all intact, you've had a little bit of time together to play those last few games, and that hopefully then that we'll have everything going, and we'll see if we can punch it into the NCAA tournament.